The next tab on top here, once you've now selected your client, if you go to the contact page, this is what it looks like. And basically the contact page is a very powerful interaction tool with regards to this specific client engagement. So when I say interaction tool, what I mean is it keeps record of all interaction on the file, but also interaction with your staff and interaction with possibly the client if you so choose. So you can see here it keeps a log of all the different tasks and progress notes, etc. So if you look on the drop down here, you can either create a task, you can create a note, you can record payment received, and you can add a new contact or a new user to this client, and you can record or update the verification status. So what are these different actions? Basically a note. If I were to create a note, I would just log a note on the system. So it could be anything. Maybe you had a telephone call with a client and you would like to record that. Or maybe you've told somebody to do something and you want to make a note of that. A note is then typed here, so you can type your note there, and what you'll see on the right here is that you can actually CC this note to somebody's email inbox. In fact, to a maximum of 2 people's inbox. So you can either CC yourself. If you look here, you can see that all the users or contacts on this client, their email addresses are here. So you can CC yourself, or you can CC 1 or 2 other people, and they will receive an email with this note that you've created. For reporting purposes, all notes and tasks that you create, you can categorize them here. So you can say this is a note about the client's account, or maybe you're still in the quotation process, so you can make a note about the costs or the contract, or we very often we make notes on the progress. So any progress on the client file, we make a note about that. So you can maybe once a week or once a month pull a report on all your notes, and in that way keep up to date with what's happening in your BEE division. Very powerful functionality. The difference between a note and a task is a task created for someone else. So you can create a task to one of your staff members, or you can create a task to a client, to the client themselves, requesting them to do something, giving them a task to do, and you can also categorize your task. So for instance, you can tell a staff member, please capture employment equity ASAP, and you then assign that task to the relevant person, and you can, if you wish, you can CC 1 or 2 other people as well. This reminder functionality is where you can set a reminder so that on a specific date in the future, Navigator will send you a reminder email. So tasks are very handy, and it logs it on the system here. When you receive a payment, you can type in the amount, whether it was the deposit or a final payment, the date received, and a note. And you can also CC 1 or 2 people. You can add a new contact to this client or a new user to this client. And then very important is update verification status. This is a very handy tool especially for reporting purposes. Once you've sent maybe a verification request to the client, you can update the status to that. You can, once you've sent a quotation, you can update that. Quotation signed, data pack sent to client or information that you require from the client, on-site visit scheduled, completed, or if the client doesn't accept your quote, you can even update it to a no sale. And I just want to demonstrate to you, let's say you've sent You've received back a signed quote from the client. You can CC one or two people if you like. If you press submit, it has logged that status. Yeah. So all notes, tasks, payments, verification update statuses are all logged. So what's very nice about it is at any time you can log in and see what was the latest development on this file. And this is basically what we call the contact page. It's a built-in CRM tool in Navigator.